In Bhagavad Gita Chapter 1 verse 15, Sanjaya describes the divine conches of Krishna, Arjuna and Bhima. Panchajanyam Hrishikesho, Devadattam Dhananjaya Paundram, Dadmau Mahashankam, Bhima Karma Varkodara. The verse says that Hrishikesha, Lord Krishna, blew the Panchajanya conch, Dhananjaya, Arjuna, blew Devadatta, and Bhima, the mighty warrior of powerful action, blew the great conch named Paundra. The direct meaning is simple, but very powerful. Krishna does not enter the battlefield silently. He announces the beginning of Dharma Yuddha through Panchajanya. Arjuna, who is called Dhananjaya, the conqueror of wealth and victories, holds his own conch Devadatta. Bhima, known as Vrikodara and Bhima Karma, one whose actions are fierce and decisive, sounds the massive conch Paundra. This is not only a military moment. This is a sacred declaration that the side of Dharma is now awake, alert, and ready. The hidden meaning begins with the name Hrishikesha. Krishna is called Hrishikesha because he is the master of the senses. This is very important. Before Arjuna raises his bow, Krishna first controls the field through sound. The senses of the warriors, the minds of the soldiers, and the subtle atmosphere of the battlefield come under the vibration of the divine will. Panchajanya is not merely a shell, it is the sound of divine command. It represents the voice of higher consciousness entering the confusion of human conflict. Arjuna's conch is Devadatta, meaning divinely given. This indicates that Arjuna's strength is not only personal skill. His courage, archery, and destiny are supported by divine sanction. Bhima's conch is Paundra, a great and deep-sounding conch, matching his massive strength and fearless nature. Bhima is not shown as gentle diplomacy here. He represents decisive action against adharma. When these three conches are mentioned together, the verse silently tells us that wisdom, skill, and strength are now united. The Acharyas also point out that the Pandavas' conches are named, while the Kauravas' conches do not receive the same sacred attention. This shows the spiritual superiority of the Pandava side. The Kauravas had numbers, armies, weapons, and political authority, but the Pandavas had divine alignment. Krishna's Panchajanya was the first sign that victory would not be decided by size of army alone. It would be decided by Dharma, divine will, and inner purity of purpose. Psychologically, the blowing of Panchajanya is a powerful pattern breaker. In moments of confusion, the human mind becomes scattered. Fear, doubt, memory, attachment, and ego all start speaking at once. The sound of the conch cuts through this inner noise. It gathers attention. It tells the mind, wake up, become steady, remember your duty. This is why sacred sound has always held importance in Vedic tradition. Sound is not only heard by the ears, it changes the state of consciousness. For the Pandavas, the conch sound created courage, alignment, and collective strength. It reminded them that they were not fighting for personal revenge alone. They were standing for justice, order, and restoration of Dharma. For the Kauravas, the same sound created fear. It disturbed their confidence because deep inside they knew that their side was built on injustice, greed, and deception. When a person stands on falsehood, even a sacred sound becomes frightening. The sound does not create fear in a pure heart. It exposes fear already hidden in an impure heart. This is why the conches were blown before the war. On one level, it was a signal of readiness. Ancient battles had codes, formations, and announcements. The conch marked the beginning of action. But at a deeper level, it was an invocation. It purified the battlefield. It called divine forces as witness. It announced that this war was not random violence, but a karmic confrontation where Dharma had reached its limit. Panchajanya also represents the awakening of the inner warrior. Krishna blows first because divine wisdom must lead action. Arjuna follows because human skill must obey higher guidance. Bhima's conch follows because strength must be used only after wisdom has given direction. This is the right order for life also. First clarity, then skill, then action. When action comes before clarity, life becomes destructive. When strength follows wisdom, even conflict becomes a path of Dharma. The spiral shape of the conch also carries symbolism. It begins from a narrow point and expands outward, just like consciousness. A person may begin with a small moment of awareness, but when that awareness is repeated through discipline, prayer, mantra, and right action, it expands into a higher life direction. The conch sound moves outward, but its effect moves inward. It does not only awaken the battlefield outside, it awakens the battlefield inside. In modern life, most people are not standing on Kurukshetra with weapons, but everyone faces an inner Kurukshetra. There is confusion about duty, relationships, career, morality, family responsibilities, and personal desire. The noise of the modern world makes the mind dull and reactive. Panchajanya gives a message to this generation. Before making any important decision, first awaken your inner clarity. Do not act only from anger, fear, ego, or social comparison. Let your higher consciousness blow the conch first. The message of this verse is that every major action needs a sacred beginning. Before speaking harsh truth, before taking a stand, before changing direction in life, before fighting injustice, one must first align with Dharma. Krishna's Panchajanya teaches that true power does not begin with aggression. It begins with inner command. Arjuna's Devadatta teaches that talent becomes meaningful only when guided by divine purpose. Bhima's Paundra teaches that strength must be fearless, but it must serve righteousness. For the modern generation, Panchajanya is not only a sound from the past, it is a reminder to wake up from mental fog, distraction, and moral laziness. It asks you to examine your actions. Are they coming from truth or ego? Are they serving Dharma or only desire? Are you moving with clarity or reacting from emotional disturbance? When Krishna blows Panchajanya, the universe is being told that Dharma has awakened. When you awaken your own Panchajanya within, you stop living mechanically. You begin to act with awareness, courage, and spiritual intelligence. This is the real meaning of Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 1, verse 15. Before the outer battle begins, the inner consciousness must be awakened. If you understand and like the hidden meaning of these conches, then like, comment, and share to spread the knowledge for one.